charger. I'm at like 10% on my device. Give me a second. Hold on. I left it over here. Okay. Let me maneuver. Where's my phone? Anyway, wherever it is. I don't think it'll be a long message today, but you never know. You never know. Let me... Give me a second. Woo! Look at my ceiling. Okay. And we're back. So, not everything I say will resonate with you, but based off of faith, we'll go from here. What's up, Sagittarius? Sagittarius Korean barbecue wings. What's up? All right, so I questioned if I was going to do a reading today. I was shuffling the cards, and Sagittarius ended up popping out. So, but I still have, excuse me, the cards in front of me with what we should be discussing today, Sagittarius. So some of you could be actually dealing with another Sagittarius, but just putting it out there. Your message overall is to have a little bit more self-care. I don't know why that sounds so vicious, but I have no clue. Maybe you're dealing with a Sagittarius that is vicious towards you or some sort, or just life is kind of like turning a little bit because of the Uranus transit that's going to be approaching, coming up soon. I cleanse, but I don't mind doing it again. There's been a lot of activity. Like, I know there's conversations of just like, and not to put anybody down in their ideology, but I know there's conversations when it's like, you know, like when you're vibrating at like a certain level, you start like breaking, like da 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 da. Yes, I do agree to certain extents, because everything is energy. Matter is energy at the end of the day. And when we move up, you know, certain things are going to start falling away, detaching to a certain extent, piece by piece here and here, so on and so forth. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, but the powers that be have been infiltrating the gadgets and gizmos. So, but I also know, one, the grid for the United States is trash. And then another thing is just a lot of people are home now. So a lot of the glitchiness is starting to like really take hold, and, you know, all the stories in between. Solar plex is going to be activated for you guys coming up. For some of you, you need to watch what you drink, watch what you eat, so on and so forth. I should have had my phone next to me, but whatever. All right. Something about the solar plex, though. It's like all of a sudden I have this like knot in my stomach, and it's like, oh, it's fine. Literally a second ago. So for some of you, you could be having some stomach issues. I need an apple. You don't have to listen to me. Anyway, let me pull one card from the Starcoat Astro Oracle. Some of you could have, I was going to say Scorpio rising. Some of you could have a Cancer rising. Some of you could have Uranus in the first house. You could have Uranus in the 8th house for some of you. I'm just looking at the cards. I did not mean to pull it, but we have the first house and the 8th house that wanted to come out. But I'm going to put it back because I asked for one. But it's whatever. I'm working with it. Okay, North Node. Bam! The fuchsia. Okay. And still we have the first house. So some of you, your first house is going to be significant, especially if you have Cancer placements. Or you are a Cancer rising. and you're watching this, but there's something in terms of the North Node. Again, you can just Sagittarius placements in general. Normally, what I feel like I'm pulling in with the Sagittarius placements is mainly like a Sagittarius sun signs. But look, you could have a Jupiter, you could have a rising, so on and so forth, or you could have other zodiac signs just depending on you knowing your chart. It is what it is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the cards that I have in front of me. The first card, we have the Lovers. In every lifetime. So cute. And then we have, why are you making that face? Soul ties. You swapped energy and not just bodies. Who are you still spiritually carrying? And then next we have control freak. You're so busy controlling everyone else, you've lost control of you. Boom. It's like the puppeteer, the puppet string. Hold on, maybe if I fix my art lamp. I thought it was going to be going out today, but then they were just like, nothing's happening today. A little bummed, but at the same time, I'm just like, well, I do have a lot of paint stuff that I still wanted to do anyway. So if it's not in the cards, not in the cards. I'll move on. What is it? In human design, I have like one of the gates that's like, actually it's one of my favorite as soon as I realized it, because there are times like I felt really bad where I'm just like, oh shit, does this make me an asshole? But apparently no, it's one of the gates that I naturally just have, where I think it's like, it's not self-fulfilling joy, but it's like I'm easily able to like turn boredom into something, or like my creativity just has something else to do. I'm a manifesting generator, so I don't stay in the sads too long, at least nowadays. Back in the past, they got me by the neck. I'm sorry if that was like a visual for some of you. I didn't mean to like offend any of the past traumas or triggers here or there, because I don't know about you, Sagittarius, but them trigger visions here and there, they've been popping out. They've been popping. So I don't know like what's truly going to be happening with the North Node and then Uranus going into Gemini, but it is going to, you're going to see the best parent within you and the worst parent within you. So when it comes down to this North Node business, some of you want to understand more when it comes down to this Lover's energy. Some of you want to unravel the soul ties. Some of you have this control freak nature within you where, you know, where do you want to take it? You know, where do you really want to take this energy? Instead of just feeling like you're spinning your wheels to a certain extent. And all of this has a lot to do and will be balanced out with self-care. Whether you drink wine, you smoke, you know how to take baths, you know how to use certain remedies to chill out and different things like that. So on and so forth. Not necessarily saying anything towards indulgence or like overly doing it. It's just like knowing when to relax and when to have fun with your body. But I don't want that to really be taken the wrong way, because it's still around self-care at the end of the day. Because it's not just like working out helps you relax. Well, I don't know. I'm not a fire sign. I don't have any fire in my chart. And maybe like small asteroids here and there, but no. No, I don't have any major fire placements at all in my chart. They can act in the shadow of certain things, but I don't have any fire signs. Like the first house is always going to be like an Aries twist, or like certain, should have got my phone. Some things are going to have like a certain Aries twist when it comes down to the first house. Some things are going to have like a Leo twist when it comes down to the fifth house. Some things are going to have a Sagittarius flare when it comes down to the ninth house. So, and or, you know, when you really look into some of the degrees, I know, for instance, like, for example, my Venus is in 13 degrees of Scorpio, and that's an Aries degree, which honestly, yeah. But I still love that it's very like Scorpio, where it's like the 13th degree transformation. Anyway, I'm just making you laugh. I'm looking at the popcorn over there. I'm looking at my paintings. I got all the things in my brain that I want to do all over again. So, yeah. I'm just giving y'all an update for the week ahead with the smash meows. Anyway, whether you have the smash meow or not, I'm not really sure. I was just kind of like saying it to say it to be goofy or something. I don't know. Next, we have keep your promises when it comes down to the Lovers. So some of you are recognizing where you want to fix certain attitude problems here or there. Now, I'm not the one to really be like, check your attitude. I am no one's parent at the end of the day. I am no one's parent. Nothing came out of me except for my creativity. You know? So, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to keeping your promises, when it comes down to some of these healing things or triggers, so on and so forth, when it comes down to keeping your promises, you might go through a new checklist, or you might find 1111. You might find a checklist when it comes down to, are you keeping up with the priorities that you need to have in terms of giving back? But it's not just giving back. It's not just selfishness and different things like that. It's the main thing that's kind of like popping up here. So that could be a challenge for some of you. Not saying it is, not saying it's not, but you would know. You would know. Sorry, like when I do this, it's mainly like me just stretching out like different parts of my back. The tendon that's like connecting both of my shoulder blades has been acting up recently. So I'm tired of growing my bones back, friend. I'm tired. I'm tired of growing them motherfuckers back. And I know some of you are gonna be like, well, you shouldn't have fallen off that fucking roof. I know. But it's either like, look, I just didn't wear the right shoes. Otherwise, I would have stuck the landing. But that didn't happen. It didn't happen. All right. I feel like there's a card that flipped over. No? Oh, there's one. Okay. Procrastination doesn't favor you all the time. Get up. So when it comes down to your love situation, you could be having this conversation with somebody, you are having this conversation with yourself, but I feel like if you're having this procrastination talk with yourself, it has more to do with how you keep your promises, how you keep your word, how you stay reliable in terms of your communication. But this is in terms of lovers, like this is like your love life, okay? Straight, gay, in between, transitioning, doesn't matter. Does not matter to me. It just is what it is. So we have, as well with the Lovers card, plan your next move / travel. That's really important for someone, but it's not really like a message attached to it. You know, when I start blabbing, when I start yapping, I feel like there's something secretive about like planning your next move / and or travel. You're going to get more messages coming up like along the way. You're not supposed to have everything like up front and center. I feel like I mentioned this, whether it was like towards a client or towards like the video that I've had with you guys before, or maybe it was a different sign. Boop, gone. All right, so we have manifesting in reverse. So let's flip that upside down. Some of you may just not know what to manifest next when it comes down to your love situation, your love life, if you're in a relationship. If you're not in a relationship right now, you may have felt like your manifestation was turning against you. It's kind of like healing. The closer you get to healing, the more inks and pains and pings and pongs. It's just like, ugh, what is this? But the cards are also saying, get up. Keep your manifesting move time for every lifetime. Promise to plan next. My eyes are just, Here, there, here, there. So if it makes sense to you, it makes sense to you. We have different background and culture shock in reverse. Okay. And then we also have dream state and astral. So some of you, won't surprise me, if you have, if you are single, okay? And I'm not saying like if you're in a relationship, your partner's cheating on you. I'm not picking that up at all. It would have said something. Believe me, the cards are in here. The cards are in this one and in this one for me to just be like, somebody's doing what they're not supposed to be doing. No, I'm not getting that at all. Now, if you are gay, if you are transitioning, I feel like you would be the culture shock walking around at this point in time. I feel like that might be messing with the perception of how your manifestations come through. I'm not blaming you, but again, it's kind of like, obviously, I'm not trying to play devil's advocate. No, y'all can. I normally, I just kind of say it how it is. But in terms of this situation, it's just like you can't manifest well in your relationship due to other people. Something like that, because the dream state and the astral card is here. It did come up in the upright. So the astral might be getting a little confused with how you want to move forward. Something about man, like the philosophy of man or something like that. Don't get too lost in that. I'm just putting it out there. Different background, culture shock. Some of you could be dating outside of your race, or you're having to explain your race or background or your culture coming up. Or maybe for some of you, if it's not so much like deep into the experiences of what could potentially be going on, what I feel like when it comes down to culture shock and different background, some of you guys could be moving backwards in terms of how you want to approach the holidays next year. You're just like, I'm not going to your parents' house again. They hate gay people. I'm not going to your parents' house again. They're fucking bigots. I'm not going to your parents' house next year. It's something like that where you're just like, you're turning to your partner. And this is me, like, if, like, I'm holding, like, somebody's hand. Like, okay. Friend, we're not doing that again. It's kind of like that type of situation. Flowers, they're slowly dying on me, but it's okay. They're finally like lasting. Like in the past, just putting flowers like on the camera to any degree, it's kind of like they kept absorbing a lot of negative energy. Very grateful for them because they were definitely telling me the tea. But at the because they were dying. But in terms of like recently, it's just like they can like age with me and on camera, and it's like nice compared to just I'm dying because there's just bad energy coming through the devices, and it's just like I liked you, flowers. Why couldn't you stay a little longer? Flowers are asking the same question. So because there was a while in the past where I'm just like, I ain't putting my flowers on the camera no more. Fuck y'all. Not like you guys, but just wherever that energy was coming from. I know like the sunflowers I have like over here, had to get new ones because they definitely caught something as well. And obviously they catch the radiation, but it was just like they were looking dusty and crusty. And it's like, y'all were fine. Y'all were literally fine. So, whatever. Flowers definitely help, build the atmosphere and correct different things in the atmosphere. So, just putting it out there for some of y'all who are just like, I want more flowers, no flowers, and different things like that. Get you some flowers. Get you some flowers. No. I'm sorry, I just mid-thought, I'm just like, I need to water this plant. Smacking it a little bit. It's what they like. It's what they like. Anyway, next we have the soul ties. I'm just smacking it like a cat. Just like pew, 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 pew. Anyway. fuck up out of here. Anyway, no, you're not allowed to leave. But for soul ties, let's see. Light language, light work, undoing, new skill, relearning. Hold on. So it seems like the masculine, the dude in the situation, they're looking at the astral state. They're trying to figure out like different things in terms of like the background, the culture shock of the situation. If it's a black man, like they're really into, or if you're a black man, I'm not sure. It's really going into the philosophies here. This deck is new, so obviously there's like different things like I'm realizing about it as I go. So with the soul ties, you know, like obviously we see the threads here, so on and so forth. Now my eyes are looking towards like the shadows in the background. It's like no matter who you're around, who you've been with, so on and so on, it doesn't even matter who they've been with, there's still this tie here. Why does my device say 5%? All right, I know you're plugged in. It wasn't plugged in all the way. It's my fault. Anyway, here we go. You swapped energies, not just by for some of you, you could be going through a soul tie situation right now. Some of you could be with the undoing. There is a soul tie that is going to break coming up. Now, whether you do the cord cutting ritual or different things like that, I don't know. There's definitely a cord cutting ritual here. We have sexual wisdom, lessons learned. It did want to come out in reverse, but there's something correcting it towards telling the truth. I don't know what that's about. But light language, light work with the soul ties. Now, if you're married, you're in a relationship, and you still feel the soul tie between you and someone else, let's see. Let's see what's going on here. How can they sever? How can they divorce this soul tie energy? Okay. It says, give it a few hours. What? Cards. What do you mean by this? What do you mean? What do I mean? I asked, is it okay to believe again? Babes. What do you mean, wake up? Look at this. What do you mean? Small victory. I'm going to ask the cats, since we're not. Everything around me is personified. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm looking at you, cars. Like, what? I'm going to turn away from you for a second. I'm going to look this way. Because what the fuck? Anyway, cards. Cats. We have the Queen of Swords. It's controlling your thoughts. That's what you wanted to say. I still have wake up, so it's like facing me. So I don't know if it helps resonate with you guys, but this is what I mean. Like, I don't really like correct attitudes, because you just got to keep the script going. Anyway, Queen of Swords, you are now entering a timeline where, yeah, things are going to get severed. You are going to be able to control new thoughts. Now, for some of you, if this soul tie is fresh, whether you did something, they did something, chicken, egg or chicken, whichever one, so on and so forth, you can't really tell which one did it first and the one who did it last, and everyone's contributing at this point. At this point, you're all fucking guilty, okay? You just gotta throw the fucking pot out the window, along with the fucking cauldron. Both of you are at fault. I'm sorry. My bad. Because at this point, that is what it is. And if it's giving Aquarius energy, if it's going to be giving Uranus energy, yeah. That's what Uranus says. It's just like, you know what? You need a new clean slate. You need a new clean slate. To hell with all of this. Time to restructure the whole fucking thing. But that doesn't necessarily answer the question when it comes down to the soul tie now, does it? Page of Wands, Two of Wands. It's okay to believe again, but it's like, it's going to be slow. So for some of you, if you do a cord cutting ritual, give it a few hours. Excuse me. If you're not doing a cord cutting ritual, you know, time doesn't heal all wounds. That's for sure. Especially when there's a part of you that still wants to be vindicated. I do feel like the universe is going to give you that though. But will it really make you feel better as well? Just asking. Will it truly make you feel better? I don't know. I don't know. That's a you thing, you know? I can't answer that for you. Like, I don't live in your shoes. Now, as a Libra, I can like step into your shoes for a second. Bloop, bloop. Ah, they feel this way. Ah, they feel that way. Oh, they feel this way. Oh, no, I understand. Son of bitches. Son of a biscuit-eating bulldog and everything else in between type shit. But boop, boop. No, I still got to be myself, you know? I got to step out of that. So you would know your situation, but there is a feeling of vindication. Or needing, your soul needing vindication to some extent. If this is a baby daddy, baby mama situation, it's the same thing. Same thing. Okay, I'm gonna move on from this energy because I just feel like, you know, it's one of those situations where you feel like it's not really gonna help by just consistently going over a few things several times. Okay. Some of you need to reach out to your friends again. I don't know what that's about. I just kind of like got it popped in my head. And then next we have control freak. You're so busy controlling everyone else. You've lost control of you. That was my foot. If you heard a pop or like whatever. Tell y'all I've been popping consistently. Oh my gosh, the last few days have just been pop, 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 pop. Wait a minute. No pop. No crunch. Oh, wait a minute. Pop, 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 pop. And it's like, oh my god. It's the freaking winter. It's rough on my bones. But again, you know, taking my vitamins again. But then, the bones are going back. And for some of you, you're just like, bones don't go back after a certain age. Mine have. We saw it on the x-ray. The doctors and I. Mine grew back. It's been a son of a gun. It's been a son of a biscuit-eating bulldog. Anyway, so with this control freak energy, it says, watch your thoughts. Yeah, control freak might be trying to hop into your brain. We have your eyes are moving too fast. Or their eyes. We have third eye chakra. This goes hand in hand with watch your thoughts. Needing to balance your solar plex and your heart chakra for your third eye to feel like it's being truly understood, listened to by you, trusted by you, so on and so forth. There's a woman controlling another woman. They may come through as a friend. Be wary of them. The person who's pulling the strings identifies as a queen. And there's nothing wrong with identifying as a queen bee. You know, it's different. I don't really listen all too much to Beyonce. I did listen to the Renaissance album. I did like that one. But between Destiny's Child and that album, along, what's that other one? Yeah, I heard Freedom. I like that song. But like the whole album was just about, you know, Jay-Z cheating on her. And I'm not really... I don't listen to stuff like that. But anyway, Maybe I do. Maybe it's just not coming to mind. But, you know, again, Destiny's Child in the Renaissance. That's really it. We have Sleep. Yeah, sure. I listened to the first album when it came down to Beyonce, where like she was really like doing her own thing, but I never had like the CD or anything. So something with your eyes are moving too fast and sleep. You need more sleep coming up so you don't read over something. If there's a contract coming in, you'll have less mistakes when it comes down to editing things. We have earned money, promotion, and tips. You might be up for a promotion soon. You could get an increase in money and or tips or donations coming through. Tips too fast. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean. There's going to be a lot of tips that come in pretty fast. So okay, watch your tips too fast. So like if you're somewhere where you need to like, you know, what's popping in my head is like a stripper. To each their own, but like if you're a sex worker of any kind, you need to watch your money coming up. There's going to be different women who want to pull the wool over your eye and your third eye, because we have sleep here and we have third eye right there. So you need to watch your money coming in, especially if you earn tips in any type of way. If you're a server, it's the same thing. If you're a bartender, it's the same thing. But what I'm really getting is like a server or stripper. Okay. Watch your tips. Watch your tips. You got some jealous motherfuckers around you. Bad. To narrow it down, some of them could be selling coke or something like that. Or somebody's like always on their phone. Someone's always on live. Like they're connected to a certain extent. That's kind of like what my mind is like showing me. Some people you've worked with, especially if you're a stripper, like you need to know that, or you're new to a place, they've been doing this. They'll start sharking your tips. And even though for some of you, you don't care, there's going to be something really important like later on where you're going to need that money. You should, yes, you know, an abundance mindset is great and all, but this is like trying to take advantage of your abundant mindset because they're a control freak. They want to fight. I don't think this person is mentally here. Like, I don't think they're all the way mentally here. And I don't mean to sound disrespectful and different things like that. But if you're sitting across from me and you're telling me like what this person's been doing to other people, themselves, so on and so forth, I would just be like, this person's not all the way there. Like, I understand how upsetting it is and you have every right to be upset, but it's kind of like arguing with somebody when they're like drunk and or like halfway like to being blackout drunk. By the time the morning comes, you're gonna be like, don't you remember that conversation? And they're going to genuinely turn to you and be like, no. So whether they're a drinker or not, this is the person you're dealing with. Their mind is not all the way here, and this is something that you need to know. So be smart and be an adult with your own shit coming up, for real. If they're going to try to bully you, it's not going to work. Go to the house mom about it. Specifically, what I'm getting is the house mom. Anyway, we have observe your surroundings. Be fearless. What? So if you're a server, if somebody's going to be trying to fucking bully you for $2 an hour, depending on where you are, $3 an hour. Okay, $15 an hour. Okay, all right, you know. Basic line over here. From $10 to $15, not much has changed in a decade, but you're still in the same bracket to a certain extent. When it comes down to any one of you that is getting tips to a certain degree, you need to watch your surroundings and be fearless with it. If you see somebody opening up your bag, opening up your wallet, opening up what do strippers use? It's like a bat. I don't know. It's like a bag that cheerleaders use, but obviously they're not cheerleaders. I don't know. I guess all of them can use different bags. I'm not sure. Or like your money bag or something like that. Or somebody gets too close. This week or coming up, you need to be like, back the fuck off. Back up off of me. You know how y'all get when somebody gets too close and you're already agitated. Just back the fuck up. You're going to save yourself some money, some sleep. And, you're going to put some respect on your name as well, because even though people are just like, oh, Sagittarius is being like this, oh, Sagittarius is being like that, at the end of the fucking day, at least people will know not to fuck with you. This is where my fucking boundary is at the end of the day. Sorry, I got a lot of heat coming through. We got underground. Yeah, this is so for the people who are just like, why is she talking to a stripper? It's just what I see in my brain and my third eye, man. And then with the underground here, the club could be underground. The business could be having an underground contract. But there is a promotion here. Promotion. Something about that. Earned money. So some of you, especially like if you're trying to pay certain things off, watch your money. So for others of you, just keep a close eye on your bank accounts. I don't really see like anybody like stealing anything from you, but I do feel like there could be like a sneaky bill that comes in out of nowhere and tries to be like, haha, your monthly bill, haha, your monthly subscription, I don't know. But it's something like that. What else? Finding new reasons to smile / be emotional. You pick which one you want. Pick. You'll have the pickings this week. Something about 3. Something about, so communication, neighbors, siblings, schooling, K through 12, something like that. You could have a child that's in the 3rd grade. None of this can all correlate. That maybe it can. I'm not sure. I have no clue. Oh, my back. But I'll put a salon. No, salon. Funny. I did wash my hair though. It's having that extra buoyancy, that extra flow with it this week. I like that I can put my hair down for Sagittarius, because I don't feel like a lot of you guys like have a lot of that, or like maybe jealousy's there, but like appearance wise, you guys like know how to like anticipate, appreciate when something or someone is beautiful. And that's why I do like talking to you guys, because it's just like, oh, there's no competition here. Love that shit. Maybe a competition in something else, but you guys are pretty like real knows real type shit. Pretty knows pretty. Handsome knows handsome type shit. Now you guys can get down on yourself, but you're not alone with that stuff. Nobody's exempt. And if they do feel like they're exempt, I don't know. It's not to say like they'll be a bad person, but they can be very black and white. Not like the one individual person can be, but I think you guys have, and what I'm feeling, some kind of narcissistic abuse going on here, or there's something to where you looked forward or up to a mentor, a teacher that showed you certain types of beauty that came in through different forms, but also gave you no nonsense, which is something you appreciate as well anyway. I don't know. There's a random message that came through. But for some of you, you need to be underground. You need to be on the down low when it comes down to what makes you happy and what makes you emotional. You are having important conversations in terms of value and intimacy coming up with certain individuals, certain people. But there's certain things, just keep close to your chest. And even if you love communicating and you love sharing, just see how you feel afterward, because there could be some roaming eyes. There could be some evil eyeing going on, some monitoring spirits going on. in different ways, because this can either be in the spiritual and or the physical. Okay. But I do feel like when it comes down to the evil eye that is roaming around a little bit, just keep some things close to your chest, and when they grow roots, then you can pop out. So if it's more of like, you know how to very quickly grow roots, okay, then this might go by a little bit easier for you. But if your roots are slow growing, whether they're in water, whether they're in bark, whether they're in soil, you know it takes a while for your roots to truly take heed, take hold, so on and so forth. Try to pull back a little bit, okay? Ooh, I think I got it. I think I got it. It even popped part of my neck too. Hurts. Not in like a bad way, but like hurts because like it's been stuck. Different parts of my back have been stuck for a minute. It's mainly like different parts of my left side, because when I hurt my back, it was my L5 on my left side. So part of my shoulder and my right hand would be like stuck because of like that zigzag that would go on. But now, since part of that zigzag is healing pretty well, now it's kind of like, now let's just focus on the left side of you. And it's like, oh. Let me pull just a few more cards for the Sagittarius energy if you are dealing with another Sagittarius. Okay. Communication is bass backwards. I didn't curse. Not this time. If you're dealing with another Sagittarius, what do you need to know? Divine masculine, quote unquote? Question mark? I don't know. Yeah, and then we have the divine divine feminine. Hard truth. You're the drama this time. I don't know how deep that goes. Whether you are the Sagittarius or the Sagittarius woman, or they're the Sagittarius man, I don't really know. But the divine feminine and this, you're the drama this time. But didn't I already explain that? So some of you need to be fearless, regardless. Stand up for yourself this week. But you could have some hard truths coming in, but normally you guys aren't. I feel like it's a hard truth when somebody hasn't expressed something to you, when it could have just been an easy conversation. So I feel like somebody's been holding something in for a long time. This other Sagittarius, or you being the Sagittarius, they've been holding it in for a long time, and now they want to talk about it coming up, to come out, so on and so forth, whatever. Woo, this Sagittarius character, he's a runner, he's a track star. Okay. So the divine feminine has the hard truth coming up about how they could be the drama. But if there's a masculine here, you need to have strong boundaries with them, because they're a twin flame, but they're running away from love in every which way. They are running away from the divine mother within. Clock it. Clock it. What is it? What's the sign say? It's all about the journey. Look at that. The little sign right here. It's all about the journey. The little alien things right over here. Yeah. They're more focused on the journey than finding discipline. And who got time for that? Apparently this motherfucker got time for that. They don't have shit to lose for some of them. And it's coming through as masculine, okay? They're coming through with toxic confidence with the BDE. But there is growth here. I bet there is growth. Shmeow, shmeow, shmeow. But are you in alignment with this motherfucker? But it's hard to kind of talk to Sagittarians like when they're in it. Because I've talked to a lot of Sagittarians where it's just like, they know they're in toxic relationships. They know this is going on. They know this is going on, and they won't leave. I mean, astrologically speaking, the cardinal sign that jumps Sagittarius off is Libra, and Libra can be guilty with the same shit, right? Why do I feel like I heard at least one of you? You know who you are. That was just like, so it's Libra's fault again? Stop! You were grounded. Blame the ex, not all Libras. And if I heard that too, are you sure? Ma'am. Man. I don't know about all these other people, but I know parts of the thoughts of my friends. Parts of it. Not the whole thing. We all have our own privacy as people, but you know. How could you? It's okay. It's okay. We joke. We joke. Ugh. Ugh, but this... Damn. Damn. Oh, my God. Okay, I'm going to show you the cards. So we got Sagittarius, Hard Truth, Divine Feminine, Twin Flame, Karmic Partner, Delusional. Look at that. Demon. Ain't nobody there, sucker. Ain't nobody there. Who's this motherfucker talking to? Look at this. Okay, hold on. Who's this motherfucker talking to? Maybe you're even asking the same thing. Like, motherfucker, who are you even talking to? Do you even have some sense within you? What is going on? This Sagittarius, if they're a dude, is delusional. They are a toxic twin flame partner. The answer is no. Close the door on this mother. Look at that face. Look at that face. If this has something to do with a past lover and they did cheat in the past, again, the question is, who the fuck are you talking to, sir? I don't get it. They're talking to you like they're talking to their side piece. I'm going to use the words that this person would normally say. These are not the words that I would normally say, like as a person, so on and so forth, and everything else in between. This motherfucker is talking to you like their side bitch. Like, what? This motherfucker is talking to you like you're not real. This motherfucker's thoughts is all the way up in fucking Delulu land somewhere. Motherfucker touch grass. Touch fucking grass. What I heard is you bitch. So, who is this? You know what? No, I don't need to know who this person is. Oh my gosh. Notorious Aries in my third house. It's just like, let me out. Let me say what they feel. There could be a Capricorn somewhere in the mix. There could be a Capricorn Sagittarius cusper. Now, some people are just like, there's no such thing as a cusp person or a cusper or whatever. The word exists. Y'all know what the fuck we mean. So, doesn't fucking matter. Anyway. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so... I don't know, divine feminine, if you feel like you're in the middle of all of this and you're, finding new reasons to smile / be emotional. Uranus is about to take this bitch out your life. I feel like they talk to their mama bad even. They got no respect for her. I feel like this motherfucker called his mama a bitch. Oh, it couldn't be me. I'm just gonna go out of frame for a second. See y'all later. Just kidding. But gotta do that fly thing. Because this is stressful. Wouldn't you separate from maybe I'm reading like a few years into this. But let me talk real quick. Let me talk real quick. Whenever you separate from this person, give it a few years. This motherfucker is gonna get their ass beat. I don't know who, by, so on and so. You could try to tell him. Whether I tell him or somebody else does it. This motherfucker's also watching your money. Be mindful, be careful. Going from one toxic motherfucker situations to another toxic situation. Ain't that some shit? 49 on the timer. I'm gonna get out this energy. The answer's a no. The universe in their own way is gonna take this person out your energy. I'm not saying like take them out, but you know, they're gonna leave. Some way, somehow. The toxic bonds need to end with this motherfucker. Alright, but you know, I am the messenger. I am not God. So on and so forth. If you want to fight for a relationship, that's up to you. That ain't up to me. But I will say, you're wasting time. Your future is calling. Your potential is calling. And if you look back and you realize that you spent all of your energy on this douchebag, you can be angry with the tarot readers that you watch. You can be angry with your friends. You can be angry with the motherfuckers that care about you. But at the end of the day, regret is regret. Everybody hates that shit. Nobody wants to stay in regret. Regret feels like a disease. You don't always see it coming, but that's denial, you know? If you stay in denial too long, I mean, there could be some other factors going on within your body that makes you want to stay in a situation. It could be like an illness. It could be like certain things that have happened to you, like as a kid. Not so much like in terms of like someone touching you, violating you. Now, of course, that can be the case, but I'm also feeling like there could be like ailments, you know, that are keeping you potentially in a situation because you don't necessarily know where else to go. So like, I'm not really blaming you in that case, obviously. But self-care, love yourself first. Now, if you do start loving yourself and good luck starts to come in, here's the wake-up call again. If you are experiencing good luck, your partner is experiencing good luck, and y'all aren't seeing eye to eye, there's sabotage on both ends, you really need to weigh some stuff out. You need to listen to the peace in your ears and start planning for your future, because someone's going to leave someone high and dry, and you need to have your own back. The numbers that you need to focus on right now are 111, 222, 333, and 555, because there's different times that I've been looking at the timer here and there all throughout the reading, and those are the main numbers that are coming up. So collect your good fortune in your bones when it comes down to cognitive behavioral therapy and different things in between like that. But, you know, be careful. Be mindful. There are people that want to love you more in this world. Look, I am no better at this conversation. Because, you know, so I know I'm healing in different ways, you know. But if I'm talking to a mirror, I'm talking to a device. But there are people who care, obviously. If anything, if you're in a toxic relationship, toxic environment, there are going to be different relationships around you, whether they're associates, whether they're colleagues, whether they're friends, that are going to start forming around you, that are going to keep you like this. As much as, you know, start out like this, you're tight, you're not too jaded, you're jaded about a couple of things, but you still got that youth in you to a certain degree, but like you're gonna start fading here and there. But Uranus is gonna keep you locked in with different partnerships that start to come in. If there's distance between you and certain people around you, that's not necessarily always a bad thing, okay? Keep that in mind. Sometimes you need that distance. It's not always a bad thing. Just putting it out there. But love yourself first. Watch out for too much selfishness. Measure it out. But also don't be a doormat, for sure. Especially if you have Libra placements. Especially, let me highlight it for you. In imaginary land, let me highlight it and underline it a few times. But anyway, Sagittarius, thank you so much for stopping by, trusting me with your cards, and all that jazz. Whenever you are watching this, I hope you have a great morning, noon, evening, and or night, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye now. See you later. Go on now. Go ahead. Get on now. See ya. Goodbye.